Hello young people and TV viewers watching our program. I am very glad to see you on the first days of summer, the season of merry camping, fun fountains and sweet ice creams. And you have plenty of time and opportunity to spend this time learning something new or just resting on going on vacation and etc. But we want you to use this time correctly and effectively. So, without any kind of long introductions, we are going to start our page. According to our tradition, we start with conversation we had with our guest. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome to the studio.
First of all, thank you for having me and inviting me here, and my mood is not bad as always.
Alright, so we're going to start straight with the questions, okay?
Okay.
So first one is introduction.
So my name is Abu Muslim Mamatov, and I have been studying at Presidential School at 10th grade. I'm a senior year student, and for 2 years I've been studying here, and my majors are physics and computer science, and I'm from Gazgan City.
It's very nice to meet you. So can you tell us about your achievements?
The first achievement I want to tell you is the getting into a presidential school. That's a very important thing in my life. That's like a turning point. After getting into a presidential school, I started achieving a lot, like going to Ibrat camp. Recently I went, and also the winter camp, Digital Generation asked me to go visit there. And when it comes to sport or physical activities that I achieved, I would say I'm a regional champion of football and champion of Uzbekistan from chess, and also I'm a candidate master sport at chess.
So between football and chess, which one is your most favorite?
Football, because I think football is like a cure. If I'm like sick or ill, I always try to play football with my friends or alone, because it helps me to face with stress, depression. In my hard times, hard days, I always asked football to help me, not chess. That's why I would choose football.
So when did you start playing chess?
To be fair, I started playing chess when I was 5 years old. When I was 14 or 15 years old, I met with my teacher, Nargiz Alpa, who helped me a lot to become a candidate master. That's why it's really important to have such a teacher, coach, to have this experience.
I know that you are a coach yourself, so you teach some students critical thinking and problem-solving skills, right? So can you give some advice on how to improve critical thinking and problem-solving skills?
Okay, actually I teach 4th graders in critical thinking and problem solving. When it comes to advice, I would say the students need to see both sides of problems. They should have think and mull over and over, and then they need to research. I mean, they need to find some information about that problem, and they need to make sure that there is no biased idea for themselves. If there is a biased idea, then it's not a critical thinking. Maybe you study very well in school, but it cannot help in critical thinking. That's why you need to reflect on every situation. You can draw a conclusion in every situation. That's the main thing in critical thinking.
So are there any kind of exercises or activities that you should do to improve your critical thinking?
Yeah, there are many problems in books, actually in international sites. You can search on internet, and there is a different situation that you need to answer that questions. And by answering those questions and reading the answer explanation, you can improve your critical thinking. And also I would say chess is also a valuable thing to improve your critical thinking skills. That's it.
So reading your CV and the information you provided me with, I know that you are good at making speech, right? And delivering speech. So can you give advice again on how to make a good presentation, maybe delivering speech?
First of all, to come clean, I would say we have to give speech in presidential school like 3 times a week, because we do have a lot of speech assignments. That's why I can say I gave a lot of speech. And when it comes to advice, I would say first of all you need to choose the topic that you are interested in. if you are not interested in, then you cannot talk if you really want. And the next thing is you need to make pauses while you are speaking. And before that, you should draw an attention of audience. In order to do that, you need to follow the basic structures. For example, we all know that writing structures, right? Introduction, body, and conclusion. So in speech, it's the same. Like you have to start with introduction. You can talk about some stories that you witnessed, or you can give question to grab an attention of audience. Then you can continue to body. In main body, you have to talk about the main points, and in conclusion, you have to conclude all your points and give your conclusion. And then the most important thing is you need to have an inside man. You need to get an inside man. Meaning to say that you have to ask one of audience member to ask a question or to give their opinion while you are speaking. Because if you are asked question, maybe there is no one to speak or ask question. But if you say to one of a member to ask question in advance, then it will be fine for yourself and for audience to be more open.
You didn't mention that you opened a kind of a course, IELTS Bridge called it is, in your residential school, right?
Yeah.
So as a young teacher, can you tell us about your experience in this teaching field?
Actually, I have 4 years experience of teaching. Before presidential school, I started teaching in my Gazgan city, in my city, Gazgan. When it comes to presidential school teaching course, we opened it with my friend, with my classmates, Utger Bek, and I'm a co-founder of this center, IELTS Bridge Center, and we started it at the starting of the year in February. We have more than 40 students that we teach, and
you're only school every year, right?
Yeah, we teach every day, and we have our own techniques. Like in listening, we divide into sections. We divide into sections, and we teach every section in every month. After finishing one section, we move into the next section. Being advanced in one section, one by one, it means a lot for students also. And for reading, we give them a lot of bunch of reading passages also. And by using reading techniques, we improve their speaking and writing also. By reading that article, they need to write reflection on it, and after coming to class, they will have a debate on this topic. That's what technique we use.
Speaking.
Yes, it's also for improvement of speaking.
Also, it has been only 4 months. I think you have some results.
Yeah, we do have great results. Even though we have only 8, 9 graders, one of our students results like 8 band from IELTS. That's very great. We believe in that student. Actually, he is our classmate and closest friend who achieved 8. And also, 2 of our students achieved 6.5 and 7, and I think 3 more students achieved 7 band also.
That's very good results. And are you expecting more from the other students?
We also teach some teachers in our school, and they recently said me that they have registered for multi-level CEFR, and I'm expecting that they will score like B2 or C1.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
good luck
hopefully.
with that.
Thank you.
All right. So, as a young teacher, what can you say? What's the best method to teach students the language effectively?
In order to learn a new language, you need to have that language environment. For example, English. In order to learn English, you need to have English atmosphere. You need to talk in English, and the most important thing, you need to think in English. While I was learning an English language, I've researched many times, and I came up with many results that I need to think in English, not in Uzbek or any other language. It also changes your lifestyle also and your way of thinking. That's what I used to learn English, and I would suggest it to others. Being a friend or having a partner while learning a language is very important, crucial thing.
So my next question is, how do you cope with the situation when someone kind of doesn't trust you? For example, you are young, they might have some thoughts like, can he teach? Can I trust him? How do you make them believe that you can teach them?
We have one method, don't tell, show them. While I was in Ibrat, Freshman Academy taught us this method, don't tell, show them. In university application also we use this method. That's why if someone doubt me, I will show them results.
So what are your next goals for the future?
Next goals, for now I would say I'm gonna take my SAT test, SAT exam, and after that for summer I'm going to Tashkent and doing some internships. And also I want to work on my personal statement, which is very important for university staff. And of course I will work on my admission process. I will apply for international universities, some international universities.
Thanks for coming. This was it. This was the end of our conversation. Good luck with your future. Good luck with your plans. We hope to see you again.
Thanks for having me here, inviting me here again.
All right. Thank you too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
It is no secret that today a great deal of attention is being paid to educating young people as mature, potential individuals and perfect human beings. And a lot of work is being done in this regard. So now we are about to introduce you to one of these initiatives. The large-scale Mehnat project has been launched by the Youth Affairs Agency in order to cover various fields in high demand and attract all young people to them. And within the framework of this project, Skills Camp was organized for the first time in Bostoliq district of Tashkent region. As you can see, I am personally participating in this camp, so I am going to introduce the process during our video. Skills Camp is a camp organized within the framework of the Mehnat project, which aims to guide young people aged between 14 and 19 to the profession. Participation in the project is absolutely free and includes 7 areas such as tourism, IT, media, business, education, finance and law. The camp lasts for 1 week, and during the 7 days, seminar trainings and masterclasses are organized by the specialists of each field. The camp is held in 2 languages, which are Uzbek and English.
Yoshlar agentligi tomonidan mehnatsevar loyihasi doirasida Skills Camp tashkil etildi. Loyiha 14 yoshdan 19 yoshgacha bo'lgan bolalarni qamrab olgan. Buni maqsadi mana shu o'zini kasbini topishga qiynalayotgan yoshlarga, bolalarga, maktab bitiruvchilariga kasblarini tanlashda yordam berish. Kelajakda loyihani yana ham katta ommalashtirish niyatimiz bor va bu kamp oromgoh birinchisi, lekin oxirgisi emas. Hali yana oromgohlar tashkil etish, bundan tashqari o'zimizni onlayn platformamizni yaratishni rejalashtirganmiz. Bu rejalar hammasi Yoshlar ishlari agentligi qoshida bosqichma-bosqich amalga oshiriladi.
Mani ismim Abdullayeva Durdona. Skills Campga kelganimda tabiatga juda katta ahamiyat berdim. Bu toza va ekologik havoda shug'ullanish juda ham maroqli tuyuldi. Bu oromgohda nafaqat talantli, balki bilimli yoshlar yig'ilib, har kuni turli xil seminar va talent shoularda qatnashdik.
More than 2,500 applications were received by young people to participate in the camp, and 180 of them got the opportunity to participate in the first season. The fact that the participants had never participated in any camp before was taken into account in the selection process in order to provide them with such kind of opportunity. According to the organizers, this camp was organized mainly to help school pupils and students choose their future career.
Men bu oromgohga koordinator sifatida kelganman. Yoshim 20 da va men birinchi marta shu oromgohda koordinator bo'ldim. Va taassurotlarim juda ajoyib. Bu oromgohda biz juda ko'p narsani o'rgandik. Nafaqat ishtirokchilar, biz ham juda ko'p narsalarni o'rganyapmiz. Kelayotgan trenerlardan bo'layotgan seminarlar juda ham foydali bo'lyapti. Masalan, Hasan Mamasaidov va Alisher Tajiyevlar kelgan va ular o'tgan seminarlar juda ham nafaqat ishtirokchilarga, balki bu yerdagi hamma ishchilarga juda ham foydali bo'ldi deb o'ylayman.
Despite the fact that the camp was established for the first time, it is obvious that attention was paid to every small detail and a lot of time and energy was spent. Such projects undoubtedly serve for all-round development of young people. There are a lot of opportunities created for young people and we should use them correctly and on time and become qualified personnel who will contribute to the development of our country in the future.
Men Turdaliyev Dilshod, sportning dzyudo turi bo'yicha O'zbekiston chempioniman. Men Skills Campga tashrif buyurganimda bu yerdagi sport sharoitlarini ko'rib juda ham quvondim. Va bu yerda bizda hafta davomida sportning voleybol, basketbol, shaxmat, stol tennisi va hamda futbol turlari bo'yicha musobaqalar o'tkazildi. Va bu musobaqalarda barcha ishtirokchilar faol qatnashdi. Menga Skills Campning sport atmosferasi juda ham yoqdi.
So, as you might have realized, I'm going to give the turn to English lesson. Today's topic is inversions. One of the advanced topics in English grammar is inversions. So today we're going to talk about inversion in English language. In order to understand what inversion is, we have to know what standard word order is. Standard word order in English affirmative sentences is first the subject and then the verb. For example, Lena went to the park yesterday. As you can see, Lena is the subject and after the subject we are putting went, which is a verb. And after that we can put other parts of the sentence. Changing standard word order in English is called inversion. In other words, inverted word order. Inversion in English usually refers to placing the auxiliary, modal, and the main verb before the subject. Inversion is used for certain aims, especially for emphasis. For example, never before have I seen such beauty. Second example, there may be another problem. Using inversion. So it is advisable for language learners to avoid using most of the emphatic inversion constructions described in the next slide. Well, it is necessary to understand what inversion is, but it's better to use simple ordinary word order in your own daily speech and writing. Cases of inversion that you really need to use are questions, the constructions there is, there are, sentences beginning with there and here, and responses like so do I and neither do I. The most common type of inversion in English language is placing auxiliary verb before the subject. This type of inversion is usually called questions. For example, did Elena go to the park yesterday? Has she found the keys? As you can see, did and has are the auxiliary verbs in this question sentence. Inversion is required in the constructions there is and there are, and in cases where a modal verb or a main verb is used in this kind of constructions. For example, there are several books on the table. This is with the to be. There are construction, to be exact. There must be a reason for it. There must. We are placing a modal verb after there. There exist several theories on this matter. In this sentence, we are placing main verb after there. Inversion takes place in the sentences beginning with the adverb here and there. And remember that some phrases beginning with these adverbs here and there can have idiomatic characters. For example, here comes the sun, or there goes the bell. Inversion is required when you're responding with the sentences like so do I and neither do I. For example, I like coffee, so do I. I don't like coffee, neither do I. And except from so and neither responses, inversion is also required in compound sentences with such kind of construction. For example, I like coffee and so does Ella. I don't like coffee and neither does Ella. There are a couple of rules in situations where inversion is used. We are going to learn other types of inversions in our next lessons. This was it for today. See you in our next programs. Bye.